Introduction to the Lotus Sutra. The Lotus Sutra, also known as the Sutra of the Lotus Flower of the Wonderful Law or the Sutra of the White Lotus Flower, is one of the most important and influential sutras in Mahayana Buddhism. It is believed to have been composed in India between the 1st century BC and the 2nd century CE, and it has been translated into many languages and spread throughout East Asia, where it has had a profound impact on Buddhist thought and practice. The Lotus Sutra is revered for its teachings on the ultimate goal of Buddhist practice, which is to attain Buddhahood, or the state of perfect enlightenment. The sutra also emphasizes the importance of compassion and the Bodhisattva path, which involves working for the benefit of all beings and striving to become a Buddha in order to help others achieve enlightenment. The Lotus Sutra is divided into 28 chapters, each of which contains a rich and complex set of teachings and stories. One of the most famous of these is the parable of the burning house, which tells the story of a father who saves his children from a burning house by luring them out with the promise of a magnificent toy cart. The parable is often interpreted as a metaphor for the Buddha's teachings, which are said to be like the toy cart that lures beings out of the burning house of suffering. Another important teaching in the Lotus Sutra is the concept of skillful means, or upaya. This refers to the idea that the Buddha employs a variety of methods to help beings on the path to enlightenment, tailoring his teachings to their individual needs and capacities. The sutra also teaches that all beings have the potential to become Buddhas, and that the Buddha nature is present in all things. The Lotus Sutra has had a profound impact on Buddhist art and culture, inspiring countless works of literature, painting, sculpture, and music. In East Asia, it has been the subject of many commentaries and interpretations, and it has been a source of inspiration for countless practitioners over the centuries. One of the most famous and influential interpretations of the Lotus Sutra is the Tiantai school of Buddhism, which emerged in China in the 6th century CE. The Tiantai school, founded by the monk Ji, developed a sophisticated system of doctrine and practice based on the Lotus Sutra, emphasizing the principles of emptiness, compassion, and skillful means. In Japan, the Lotus Sutra has been a central text in many Buddhist schools, including the Tendai, Nichiren, and Soka traditions. The Lotus Sutra is also the focus of the annual Lotus Sutra exhibition, held at the Tokyo National Museum, which features rare and precious Buddhist artifacts from across Asia. The Lotus Sutra has also had a significant impact on interfaith dialogue, as its teachings on the universality of the Buddha nature and the potential for all beings to attain enlightenment have resonated with people of many different faiths. In recent years, scholars and religious leaders have explored the ways in which the Lotus Sutra can serve as a bridge between Buddhism and other religions, including Christianity and Islam. One of the most famous figures in the history of the Lotus Sutra is the Japanese monk Nichiren, who lived in the 13th century CE. Nichiren believed that the Lotus Sutra was the ultimate teaching of the Buddha, and he founded a new school of Buddhism that focused exclusively on the sutra. Nichiren's teachings were controversial in his time, and he was persecuted by the authorities for his beliefs. Nevertheless, his school of Buddhism, known as Nichiren Buddhism, has continued to thrive to this day, with millions of followers around the world. The Lotus Sutra has also played an important role in the development of Buddhism in the West, where it has been studied and practiced by many people. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in the Lotus Sutra among Western Buddhists, who have been drawn to its emphasis on compassion, skillful means, and the potential for all beings to attain Buddhahood. In addition to its spiritual